You signed up for Planet Fitness in January. $10 a month, maybe 15 now. You went twice that first week, once the second week, then not at all. It is July now. You are still paying for it. You have not set foot inside in 5 months. That is not a personal failure. That is the business model working exactly as designed. By the end of this video, you will never look at a gym membership the same way again. Let's start with the price tag, because the manipulation begins before you ever walk in. $10 a month is not a price. It is a door held open so wide that saying no feels strange. This is called a loss leader, a price set low enough that the company barely profits from the sign-up itself. The sign-up was never the product. You were. Specifically, a version of you that keeps paying and stops showing up. One outlet of this chain signs up around 6,000 members. That same building holds about 300 people at once. 20 times more memberships sold than the room can physically hold. That is not an accident. That is the floor plan. At the busiest hour of the day, maybe 50 or 60 people are actually working out. If everyone who paid for a membership actually used it 4 times a week, the building could not physically contain them. One estimate puts the real capacity at about 1 in 5 members, if everyone actually came. So the other 4 are not a mistake. The other 4 are the business plan. You know that feeling of walking in for the first time and it not feeling like a gym at all? Purple and yellow walls, music playing, something closer to a lounge. That design has a name inside the industry. Comfort architecture. Built to look nothing like the intimidating gyms you are picturing right now. The free weights are not the centerpiece here. They are tucked in the back, past the cardio machines, past the mirrors. The equipment most associated with serious, intimidating training is the equipment you are least likely to see first. That is not a layout accident either. Every gym chooses what greets you first. This one chose comfort over intensity on purpose, because comfort keeps you signed up. Intensity is what makes people quit. Somewhere in that gym, there is also a siren. It goes off if someone grunts too loudly, or drops a weight, or looks a little too serious about lifting. The company calls this enforcing a judgment-free atmosphere. Look at it from inside the machine for a second. A serious lifter grunting under a heavy bar is exactly the person this alarm is built to embarrass. Not because the company dislikes serious lifters. Because serious lifters show up constantly, use the equipment hard, and eventually leave for a gym built for them. A casual member who comes twice and then stops is worth more, for longer. The alarm is not really about noise. It is a filter, quietly selecting for the members who will pay the longest and use the least. You felt that filter the moment you walked in and felt oddly relaxed instead of intimidated. That relief was not an accident. It was engineered. There is a second membership tier, usually around $25 a month. It comes with massage chairs, tanning beds, and the right to bring a guest. None of those things make you stronger. All of them make the gym feel like a lifestyle instead of a workout. A lifestyle is something you keep paying for even when you are not using it. A workout is something you cancel the moment you stop doing it. Guess which one this company built? Now for the part almost nobody notices until they try to leave. Signing up took 90 seconds on a phone. Canceling does not. Many low-cost gyms, this one included at various locations, require you to cancel in person, or mail a written letter with a deadline tied to a specific day of the month. Miss that window and you are charged for another month automatically. This has a name too. Roach Motel design. Easy to walk into. Deliberately hard to walk out of. You are not imagining the asymmetry. It is measured in minutes to join and days to leave. Every extra step between you and canceling is a step some percentage of people never finish. They do not forget to cancel out of laziness. They forget because the path was built to be forgettable. Think about your own phone right now. Somewhere in there is a subscription you meant to cancel months ago, a streaming service, an app. Maybe this exact gym. You are not the only one carrying that weight. Reporting on this company's own numbers found that roughly half of people who sign up never once walk through the door. Not once. Not the first week. Not ever. They pay from day one and never enter the building. For a company that sells access to a room, that is a strange number to be comfortable with. Unless the room was never really the product. Let's step fully inside the machine for a moment. From the company's side, A member who never shows up costs almost nothing to serve. No towel to wash, no machine to wear down, no staff time spent on them at all. Meanwhile, the $10 or $15 keeps arriving every single month. A member who shows up constantly is, financially, the least profitable kind of member there is. They wear out the equipment. They need the towels. They need the space. The entire pricing model only works if most people do exactly what you did. Sign up with real intentions and quietly stop. You are not the exception to this business model. You are the business model. There is a second layer to this, and it runs on timing. Every January, this chain and others like it run enormous advertising campaigns. New year, new gym membership. The ads are not really selling fitness. They are selling a specific feeling, the feeling of finally becoming someone new. That feeling peaks the moment you sign the form, not the moment you finish a workout. The moment you sign the form, which means the company has already been paid, emotionally and financially, before a single rep is lifted. Everything after that is optional, for them. Researchers who study gym attendance have tracked the exact same pattern for years. A surge of new members every January, a steep drop-off that begins by the second week of February. This company does not fight that pattern. It builds its entire annual marketing calendar around it, because a fresh wave of hopeful new members arrives right as last year's wave quietly fades out. The chain does not need you to stay motivated. It only needs a new crowd of hopeful people arriving every 12 months. You know that feeling of buying new workout clothes for a gym you barely visit? The clothes were never really about the gym either. They were about the version of you that bought them. That version is real. He is just not required to show up for the charge to go through. There is a third layer, and it has nothing to do with you at all. Most of the buildings you walk into are not even owned by the company on the sign. They are franchises, run by local owners who pay a royalty on every membership sold, which means the parent company gets paid whether that specific building is busy or empty. From thousands of buildings, it does not even have to operate itself. This is called royalty-based franchising. It turns get people to sign up into the only number that matters, company-wide. Whether members actually attend afterward becomes somebody else's electricity bill to worry about. You know that feeling of walking into what looks like one seamless brand? The paint, the logo, the disco lights, identical in every city. Behind that seamless feeling is a web of separate owners, all optimizing for the exact same target: signups, not visits. There is a reason this company also hands out free pizza some nights and bagels on others. It sounds like a strange thing for a fitness company to offer. Until you remember, the goal was never maximum fitness. The goal was maximum comfort and maximum retention. A member eating pizza in the lobby is a member who does not feel like he is failing. A member who does not feel like he is failing does not cancel out of guilt. Guilt is what makes people quit subscriptions. This company spent years quietly engineering guilt out of the experience, which on its own almost sounds kind. It becomes something else once you see what it protects. It protects 18 months of an unused $10 charge, multiplied across millions of members who feel the exact same way you do. None of them are failing at fitness. They are succeeding at exactly what the room was built for. There is one more piece, and it is the quietest one of all. Every time you tap in with your phone or a key fob, it logs a data point. Across millions of members, that data becomes a very precise picture. Exactly how many people show up on any given day, at any given hour, which means the company already knows precisely how oversold each building is. It is not a guess. It is a spreadsheet, updated in real time. That data could be used to right-size how many memberships each location sells. Instead, it becomes the confidence to keep selling more. Because the numbers already prove that most of you will not come in at once. You are not a mystery to this business. You are a very well understood, very reliable pattern. Ask anyone who has managed a gym like this what the average member actually uses. The honest answer, more often than not, is somewhere close to zero. Some paying members walk in 4 or 5 times a year. Many walk in never, the exact story you started this video with. The company does not average these numbers together and panic. It averages them together and prices accordingly. Your $10 a month was never calculated assuming you would show up constantly. It was calculated assuming, correctly, that you probably would not. That is not a guess about you personally. It is a number built from millions of people just like you. Let's put the pieces next to each other for a second. A price low enough that saying no feels strange. A building sized for a fraction of the people who pay for it. A layout built for comfort first, intensity last. An alarm that quietly filters out the members who would actually wear the place down. An upsell tier that sells relaxation, not results. An exit built to be slower than the entrance. A franchise system that gets paid whether the building is full or empty. Attendance data that proves the model works and gets used to sell even more of it. And free food, so guilt never gets the chance to make you cancel. None of these are separate accidents. They are one machine, and every part of it points the same direction, toward you paying and not showing up. This exact blueprint is not unique to gyms. A streaming service that auto-renews before you finish the show you started. A free trial that quietly becomes a paid year. A software subscription nobody remembers agreeing to keep. The gym just makes it easier to see because the proof is a room you can walk into. Every one of these businesses is betting on the exact same thing. Not that you will use what you paid for. That you probably will not, and will keep paying anyway. The casino invented the pull that keeps you one spin from a reward. The gym put that same pull inside a $10 door. The package changes. The mechanism does not. Here is the part worth sitting with. None of this is illegal. None of it is even hidden, technically. It is printed in the terms you scrolled past in 90 seconds. It is just never named out loud, because the entire system works better when you experience it as convenience instead of design. You are not careless for missing it. The room was built by people who study exactly how humans miss things like this, and they built it well. So the next time those purple and yellow walls come into view, and a Tootsie Roll lands in your hand at the front desk, some clear part of your brain is going to whisper, "I see what you're doing." We take them apart one by one. So if you'd rather see the system than be moved by it, you already know what to do.